Welcome back to another stream. Let me do. Hold on, let me make sure something here. Make sure we got no silly business here. Alright, we good? Okay, no silly business. Alright. Alright, let's get it rolling then. Okay, let's get it rolling. Okay, back to it from the top. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another show. This is GVS, where I cover all things sports. Something that we can jump into early in this is we're going to talk a little bit about the Unc Bowl tonight and how icy hot sales probably skyrocketed tonight after the performance between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. We'll also talk a little bit about my Penguins and how they beat the Kings today on the road. We'll also talk a little bit on how the ALCS, what seemed to be the inevitable, okay, we're going to have the Dodgers versus the Mariners. The ALCS has flipped itself on its head. And here we go. Blue Jays are back in it. 2 back-to-back wins after losing home field and all that momentum. We're in a brand new series. It's a best of 3 now. And the Blue Jays have all the momentum. I'm not going to overreact to it too much, though, because what if the away team wins out? What if after having lost all the momentum from, okay, we took game 1 and 2, here come the Blue Jays, they still game 3 and 4. They have all the momentum. What if it's the same thing exactly how we restock back up to game 1 again? And how Blue Jays had all the momentum after beating the Yankees in the fashion that they did with that offensive firepower, and like the fact that the Mariners just barely got through their series, long extra innings, and then you got to fly. Didn't matter. Mariners went in there, took care of business, took care of game 1 and 2. So I think I wouldn't overreact too much. But again, we'll get into that. I'll give a little bit of my thoughts and personal opinions as we move towards it a little further down in the show. Again, if you guys are enjoying what you're watching, please sure to hit that. Be sure to please hit that like button and let me know a sports take that you might have that I can cover in the comment section towards the end of the show. Okay, let's roll into this. Alrighty. First things first that I want to make sure that I got queued up here is let me move this. I got an Instagram queued up. Okay, let me move this. Let me get the memes out of the way. Okay. Alright. So let's just break it down a little bit. Bengals won 33-31. Let's just break down a little bit of the sequence of how tonight's game went, because just some late game magic, man. Some late game magic. And this thing turned into something crazy. Where's the box score? I want to see the box score where you can see the numbers from... There we are. No. Is it recap that I want? No, where is it? As if it was, pretend it's a hockey game. Where's the... Because, like, look at this. If I go to... Watch, I go to a hockey game here. Click on this one. See how it will... No. Recap. Oh, is it because I'm in the hat? Oh, it's probably because... Okay, never mind. There we go. Oh, so you'll do it when we're in full screen, but you won't do it when we're in half screen. Okay, you can't see it, but like it's the box score of the... Hey, let's go period by period and stuff. So then if we go... Like, for example, this one's talking about both Edmonton and New York. They scored one period, 1-1 at the end of the first, 1-1 at the end of the second, but then the Islanders had 2 goals in the third. Like, it shows that. I don't know why it won't show you guys that. Okay, so then let's go here to the NFL. You want to play games? We'll play games. Yep. 14 points by the Steelers and 13 points by Cincinnati. There, was that so hard? That's all I wanted to show you and tell you guys. But no. That's too much. That's too much to ask for. Okay, touchdown. Jonnu Smith had the 10-yarder. Chris Boswell, the field goal. And then look at this. After having a 10-0 lead, Cincinnati came right back into it. McPherson capped it off. We have 17-10 at halftime, which I figured, just with what I've seen objectively, like everybody in their analytics and stuff, everybody was talking about how, okay, division game, because we know the record of like Coach Tomlin and the Steelers on the road for Thursday night football. So like it just, like we know the stats and stuff, because that's what everybody was talking about, and they were talking about how the Steelers struggle and how just the Steelers can't manage to find a win. And it was going to be a rough game. So there was the feeling of, okay, points are going to, when points come, let's take advantage of it. But then just in the third quarter, you look and you see we got a field goal. Cincinnati extends the lead to 20-10. And then, Freiermuth had his 19-yard touchdown catch, 17-20. And now it's like, okay, do we have the makings of what could be a really good fourth quarter? And then look at this, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, field goal. And then walk-off, of course, by McPherson. Because McPherson, I think, we look at, who's the new flashy kicker? The one from the 49ers. I don't know why I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But he's the shiny new toy. Everybody loves him as a kicker. I think McPherson, everybody has forgotten how good McPherson is. And there are still elite kickers in the NFL still. Like, even though Butker's had like a little bit of a slide, I think the Chiefs still have their kicker. Everybody's talking about Moody too as well for Chicago, even though San Francisco got rid of him. But yeah, the Freiermuth touchdown, and then you just look at how much time is left. But never doubt, Joe Flacco freaking game-winning drive. So that's my thoughts on that. Let's see. I want to see what's ahead for the Steelers, because I think I predicted them to go 11-6. I think I predicted them to go 11-6 because the rough stretch of their season starts. Well, actually, it starts with Green Bay. Because this Indianapolis one, what looked to be a throwaway easy game, this isn't a throwaway easy game anymore. This is going to be a tough game. Then we got, obviously the Chargers. And they got to play the Bengals again. I could see it get back here. Bears, and if the Bears are elite, here we go. Can't skip this one. We know about Buffalo. Ravens are going to be healthy by then. But we'll just see. We will just see. If anything, they're on pace. You're 4-2 right now. You can get 8-4. Manage to finish the season 10-7. They're on pace for that. Where would the 7 losses come from? Probably Green Bay. Just because, you know how it is when, you look at, actually, you know what? Let's look this up. I don't know if off the top of my head, I don't know if Peyton Manning played. Did Peyton Manning play the Colts as a... Yes, I know he was on the Colts, but as a Bronc, he did. No freaking way. They did. See, I didn't know this off the top of my head. What is his record then? 1-3. So the Colts got the best of him. And Rodgers doesn't have that much time left in him to be playing the Packers 4 more times. So it could be one of those things where it's 0-1 or 1-0 because Brady only played the Patriots once, and we saw what happened in Gillette Stadium as well. So like, there's things where it's like, okay, you're the GOAT, and you're the GOAT for the reason. So it's kind of one of those things where forget everything else. Let's go play football, and yeah. So that's gonna be next Sunday. Next Sunday, everybody's gonna be watching that one. Okay. Yeah, okay, you know what? Here's why I'll probably take Green Bay. Here's why I'll take Green Bay in this one. Because, no, there's something about revenge. Like a revenge game for Rodgers. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, okay, find 7 losses here. They'll split 1-1 with Baltimore. So there's 1. Detroit 2. They beat Cleveland. I see they could lose to Cleveland, so there's 3. The Colts. And give me Chicago. Yep, give me Chicago. So clutch win at home against Buffalo. Clutch win against Baltimore to end the season to get into the playoffs. You lose 2 and you like panic on, okay, win and get in. Kind of like how Cincinnati's situation was last year. You win Green Bay for a revenge game with the hot hand that the Colts have. You know, Colts win this one. This would be a drop game for the Chargers, where after we've got, okay, so we're 4-2, 5-2, 5-3. You still need to get on the wins. You go 6-3, 7-3, 7-4, 8-4, 8-5, 9-5, 9-6, 9-7, 10-7. Mark it right now. Mark your calendars. That's how this is going to go. I could be wrong, but that's who they got. And then Cincinnati, let's see if they can even stay in the hunt. Yeah, they could. 'Cause I think Joe Burrow's coming back for one of these games. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he got hurt. They said he can miss up to 12 weeks. Baltimore's the 10th week. Buffalo's the 11th week. Ooh. Could he come back for... Yeah, well, 10 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 weeks? I don't know. Would they rush him back into it, though? Because okay, you got Flacco. Let's say Burrow's not coming back. Win. Probably a loss. Because, again, get back game. This could be a win. But I don't... One of these is going to be a loss. Loss. Could be a win. Could be a win. And could be a win. So, like, there's reason to think that the Bengals can still float. Because, I mean, T. Higgins isn't going anywhere. Like, the offense is still there with, you know, the positives and the negatives of the offense. But it's just Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's not there. You just need to get a quarterback that can get, you know, Jamar Chase the ball. And wouldn't you know, when you do, Look at what he did tonight. Toward Pittsburgh's defense. Alrighty. Look at some stuff here. All right. I think the Bengals could stay afloat for a little bit. Okay, let's hop over here. Check out ALCS Game 4. Ah, look at that. So Seattle 1-0. Okay. Right here. Yep. The third and fourth. Homer. Top of the seventh. So this right here is Vladdy's homer. What happened at the top of the eighth? Jimenez single to center. Clemente scored. That's right. Ah, okay. Okay, I see. Oh man, look at this win probability here. Where it's always fun looking at this little line right here. Like, ooh. I want to see the win probability line for this game today. Oh, the other thing too that everybody's talking about, and I'm not even gonna get into it, but Ramsey got cooked. I'm not gonna jump on him. Oh, this didn't go anywhere. Never mind. This wasn't up and down. What was the It's a football game. Let's look at this one. This one had to have gone up and down. Yeah, for the most part. What about Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. Oh, end of overtime. Yeah. After that they scored that second touchdown. It was 17-3. It pretty much seemed. Look at that too. Even all these weeks later. Cost the game that one turnover. Such a damn good game too. Touchdown. And can you think about all the punts and the field goals that happened that game too? Okay, alright. Trying to think of any other big games that has happened. This wasn't. No. Alright. Okay, let's get to the NHL. No more waiting. We had 8 games today, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. No, 11. What the heck? I wanted to watch this one. Couldn't watch though because of blackout. But like, look at the score, dude. Fun, high-scoring game. Looks like the Golden Knights had an explosive third period, but then Bruins fought back a little. It's a 1-point game. Okay, this one. Here's what I'll say. Not trying to discredit the Ducks because 24 hours ago after they beat the Penguins, I'm like, oh my hell, this team sucks. But again. Only time will tell. But what if these comeback wins against the Sharks and the Penguins are against two teams that are, when we get a month into this, 2 months into this, both of them are below 500. Could I be wrong for thinking that? Mayhaps. So, I mean, when we look at the Ducks, let's see who the Ducks have coming up. I will say, though, the Ducks have some dudes, though. If any team is going to make a little bit of noise in the West, that hasn't made any noise lately, like Seattle, Chicago, San Jose, it would be Anaheim. Okay. Chicago loses 3 straight, then they win 2 straight. Okay. Chicago, Nashville, Boston, Tampa, and Florida. So 5 straight road games. I cannot tell you. Well, looking at it objectively too. Loss, 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 loss. Maybe a win. Like where does Chicago get a win here? Where? It's like I'm looking at Florida's schedule or Oklahoma's schedule for the rest of the season, where it's like, okay, where's an easy win here? Because okay, playing Florida 2 times in 4 games, one of these is going to be a win, just because of the thought. Because of any errors that you made in this game, you can quickly correct, because guess what? You're going to run back into them again in like 3 days. And, okay, what worked for this line, we're going to come back to it, but what didn't work for the penalty kill here or our third line, we're going to make some changes to adjust. Where we lost in Tampa, hey, guess what? We're going to win this one at home. But, ooh, this is stinky. Because you scroll down a little bit more, after the Utah game, they got Boston. Okay, this stretch right here, I could see some reason to believe they can get some wins here. Like win, especially if they come off of some losses here. But win, loss, maybe win. We'll see where St. Louis is. But, okay, I'm not going all the way down. Man, look at all these division games towards the end. Ooh. Damn, I'm getting tired. Okay. Okay, I think I've kept you guys long enough. Let's wrap this up. Let's do some memes. Okay, but yeah. Penguins, they ended up beating the Kings after the Kings took a 2-0 lead. One of these goals, I will say, was Crosby's an empty netter. Surprised that this is what's so fascinating to me about the Rangers so far that we've seen early in this season is sometimes they play like absolute shite, but then they'll only lose in overtime, off a miscue too, because if you saw how the play went, like we were in the Leaf zone and then a little turnover and then Nylander and Matthews went all the way back, but you don't turn that over, you get a shot, who knows what happens, but like they'll play like garbage but then show up against the Leafs. Make that make sense. Okay. And then Devils winning against the Panthers did make sense considering all the Panthers' injuries right now, because I don't know if Ekblad's back too. Plus Sergei wasn't on Ned. Okay, where are the Avalanche going to lose? Avalanche have to lose. Well, they don't have to, but... Okay, again, looking at it objectively. Notice how they lost, and it's like, who'd you lose to? Dallas. So out of all these teams, which one's the best team? Dallas. And they lost it in a shootout. So when you look at this next chunk of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The worst team here is Utah. Clearly one team stands out from the rest, and it's Utah. Split 1-1. I can see 1-1, and then obviously split 1-1 here. Really? They're like, hey, we enjoyed playing you. Let's double back again in our place. There's so many hockey games. 82. Okay, who? Oilers and Islanders. No way. Is that the Islanders' first win of the year? Why is... Oh, well, oh. They've had to play some juggernauts. Okay. I want to know how the Canucks beat the Stars too. What happened in the second period? Okay, power play goal. Was this just a breakaway, shorthanded? Power play to really put it away. Oh, Dallas could have made it interesting. No. Well, 3 minutes left, right? Oh, well, actually, just a little bit over 2 minutes. So this is probably power play at the very end of the day. Because a little over 30 seconds left to go. They'll meet again next month. Thatcher Demko. I've seen a lot of memes about him where he could be a silent, sneaky dark horse for goalie of the year. Don't know. And Hurricanes beat the Ducks. Where's my... Let's look at some memes. Let's look at some memes. Let's end the night right. Yep. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco on a random Thursday. Yep, the Unc Bowl. Lived up to the hype. Dad, tell me about the Unc Bowl. Yeah. We've come a long way with video games. Dude, he made... Here's a funny thing, too, because I was watching a little bit of Nightcap, but, like... No, it wasn't Nightcap. Never mind. It was, the meticulous, his long, analytical, conscience... That's a tongue twister. The Chiseled Adonis. He was talking about how just Joe Flacco... Doesn't matter what jersey he's wearing, he's beating the Steelers' ass. And, yeah, he is. Yup. Joe Flacco was playing so well, Al Michael was calling him Joe Burrow. Shut up, really?
Under pressure, finally get to him. Finally, Cam Hayward, the first guy to get. Should I spin? Under pressure, they finally get to him.
Well, I don't blame him. You know, they've been practicing names and rehearsing and stuff since, I don't know, middle of August. Like, they had known this game was coming, and so just NFL's, you know. Okay. Steelers spending $179 million on defense that can't stop. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
Happy crowd of Bengals fans. 33-31 victory over the Steelers. And if
It's super simple, actually. You just throw it to Jamar Chase every play, and you don't get benched. Okay, I will not accept the Jake Browning slander. And the reason why I'm not going to accept the Jake Browning slander is supposedly the Vikings and the Broncos both have top 5 defenses. And so, yeah, if you're not the best of the best, elite MVP caliber type of quarterback, hell, even Josh Allen was struggling against the Falcons. And even the Falcons are claiming they're a top 5. So, I think, yeah, thrown into the fire where, okay, you beat Jacksonville and stuff after the Burrow injury. So, okay. But then having to go play Vikings overseas and then Mile High. I'm not saying altitude. I'm not going to use that excuse or the Monday night factor that as an excuse either. But we have titled both of those defenses top 5. So yeah, if Browning hasn't been getting starting reps, and the dude all offseason because it's been Burrow, yeah, he's probably going to stink up the joint.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's the deal?
Notice the double standard of like, okay, Jamar Chase drops this ball.
Wait a second.
Oh, that's
We're blaming Jamar Chase for not catching this. Dylan Gabriel's making the same tight throw, bouncing off the receiver's head. Oh, it's Gabriel's fault. All right, I see you, NFL. Zach Taylor looking at his play sheet against the Steelers. Throw the ball to Jamar Chase. Yep. Cooked him all day. Oh my gosh. This can't be real. Oh my gosh. Burnt.
You ready, bro?
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Dropping. Rodgers. Throws away, but what a job of locating the football.
now you've got Turner cramping up.
Huh?
First and inside the one. Meanwhile, now you've got Turner cramping up.
That's actually pretty funny. That is actually pretty funny. Okay, what do we got? What other memes do we got? Yeah. Oh, dude, and the other thing too is all the shit. What did I click? No. The dude, Roger haters and stuff. They're gonna have a freaking field day. They're gonna have a field day with this video. They're licking their chops. They're happy. They're happy it happened. They're like, good. We can show how bad of a teammate he is. How much of a diva he is.
Good? Any dizziness? Is your vision? You know where we are?
Doc, he's good. He's fine. Jackson, get your ass back out there. The freak is trying to hand over the game. Let's go.
This might be a picture that reverses the curse of the Giants boat image. Unfortunately, no. It has now officially been 5,000 days since a New York sports team from the Major 4 sports has won a championship. Really? Who was the last? Giants? Because never. Not in forever. Not since 09. Not since I've been alive. Never. Not since I've been alive. And no. Damn. Giants really are the last ones. Damn, and they even have, frick, 10 teams too. Brooklyn should have won one. I will say that. I will give KD, Harden, and Kyrie credit. That Brooklyn team could have won one. Yep.
What do you do when you really don't have a reliable downfield threat, Dan, but you need big chunks of yardage?
Yeah, this is going to be the plus plays. Yard completion really doesn't do much for you here. So you're
2 days later, and the NFL never posted one video of Josh Allen's game-losing INT on any of their social media accounts. I never even... Yeah.
And it's value. Not the best player week to week. Lamar had a better week than this, so it's the value to the team. If you take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens,
Hilarious to look back on these arguments after watching the Ravens look like an XFL team after losing Lamar.
they might win 8 games just because of Derrick Henry, right? They have a good win 8. But I'm just
Oh yeah, good point.
saying, like, Derrick Henry is the biggest reason why Lamar doesn't seem as valuable as Josh Allen.
Well, I think to counter that argument, the only thing I would say is I think every quarterback is the most important player on their team. Like, I think if you take away Mahomes, Chiefs ain't doing shit against the Lions last Sunday. Like, we saw it. And we've seen the importance of a quarterback, too, as well, because look at what's going on in New York right now with Jackson Dart. Like, now Giants fans are planning a Super Bowl, or at least a division title, with Fofo and 6. So, yeah. But I'll still sit by with, I think the winner of that divisional game was probably going to win the MVP. I really do. Oh man. Oh man. Ain't blocking nobody. Yep. If you ever feel depressed about your favorite football team, just remember you could be a fan of the Browns, who are currently paying 8 quarterbacks. 4 of them are literally on other teams. Yeah.
You know who I am?
Yep.
Who?
Shador Sanders.
Yes, sir.
I wanted you to go.
That's terrible. That's so bad. I wonder why DTR never got a shot. Parts of me do wonder why DTR never got a shot. That's Zappy. I don't know why I thought that was Kenny Pickett, because Kenny Pickett's right there.
I'd like to be Baker Mayfield's agent, and I'm going to tell him at 28 years old, retire, save your brand, and go to college football and be an analyst. You'll be able to make 7 figures. I just saw a story this morning where...
Aged like cheese. At 81 years, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco will be the second oldest combined age of a QB matchup in NFL history. The other thing, too, fun about this is we know he doesn't like Baker, which, you know, go figure. But when you look at other young, not young, but the QBs that are now almost approaching their 10th year in the league, Lamar, Josh, Patrick Mahomes, and stuff, they've gotten to stay in one place with the head coach that was there, that, you know, when they were drafted, and potentially the same OC as well. Baker has not had that luxury. Same with Sam Darnold. And I mean, you could say the same thing with Kyler Murray as well. Yeah, you could say the same thing with Kyler. You could say the same thing with Rosen, because Josh Rosen's not even in the league anymore. but like the 2018. No, you can go back to 2017 as well. Like 2017 to 2019, all those quarterbacks in that quarterback class, none of them, except like those 3 quarterbacks that I listed, are still with their team that drafted them. This looks like a presidential debate.
Oldest quarterback's playing this week. Let's go. Woo!
Well, there it is. Kansas has paid off the...
Pick up your lawn. Fuck Deebo Samuel. Pick up your lawn.
He could have said it. He didn't, though. Chose the high road. Get the men, but not the idea. Get some Peyton Manning, though. The fact that Rodgers is older than Big Ben in the
Listen to this.
Yes, I know exactly what. Okay. Let's do some NHL memes, people. Let's do see if we got anything. Any other undefeated teams? No, just talking about how the Canes started this season out. Started out hot. Who else? I will say these sweaters look pretty for the Senators. And I heard there was a little bit of rumblings about Vegas going back to the grays because the gold doesn't look good. Are you kidding me? It looks great. Hockey jerseys look really good right now. Like hockey jerseys, I'd say hockey jerseys are in a better place than even some of the NFL jerseys are in right now. Because, I mean, I don't... Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Achilles heel of Evan Booth.
Nope. I gotta find a good shitpost page for NHL memes. I really do. Got any NBA memes we could look at real quick? Because yeah, something like this. Like, look at this. 5.3 million followers, 5,700 posts. Hey, I did see this. I haven't given my reaction to this, which I probably should make a video eventually on it, on like Russ going to the Kings. Just paid $250 on my yes. He's completed the rainbow. Well, that's black though. Like, put him in the purple jersey, but yes. Which, do the Kings wear all purple anymore? Heard about this. Did see this. Lonzo Ball to 99 points. He's one of those players you can't stat watch to see them.
Okay, Giannis and Miles Turner.
You see this a lot.
Okay, Giannis and Miles Turner.
That is a LeBron type stat. Yep. Well, because how many father-son combos have played in the NBA? That's a silly stat, but it's a fun stat too. So he also blocked LeBron's mom, who went 11-7 and 7 in the game. That's pretty funny. First one was AI. Nah. LeBron stan. 3 championships, 4 MVPs, and 3 D boys in one photo. Dude's up prime Jordan Shaq, punch screen. Has war stories, very few can relate to. Whoa. Yo, that's sick. Yeah, how long before? It's fun to look back on KG with the Wolves and stuff, because like years from now, the only thing people will remember him for is being a Celtic. Kind of like how I feel like people are only going to remember Porzingis for being a Celtic. Like I think everything Porzingis does now, no matter what team he's on, people will remember him for being drafted by the Knicks and winning a championship on the Celtics. And even then, I don't know if they'll remember him as a Knick. Only 82 games to go. Yeah, I remember seeing this. This popped up on my feed. Shitty basketball. Yup. Hennessy line. I'm not gonna lie. I did fall. Well, we knew he was gonna retire. Like we just know he's going to retire eventually. And so when he made that, there's parts of me that think, okay, like yeah, it makes sense for him to be like, okay, this will be my last year. But like, yeah, then for him to be like, actually, Hennessy. Alrighty. Okay, people. We will probably end it there. Okay, let me go to... I'll get some things queued up here. Gonna look at comments, guys. Oop, knocking over my drink. Ooh, don't know if you do baseball takes. Yep. I did give a little baseball take. Yep, I kind of went along those same lines. Did talk about how, yeah, after taking a 2-0 series lead, and then you just gone, all of it just swept out from under you. And then when you look too. Here, let's pull up this. Let's have some fun here. Hold on. Let's switch back over to ESPN. But you look and see. I'll close the Insta tab too. It's fun to see the scores of these games because just look at how. It's a blowout. Every game is a blowout. None of the... Well, okay, this game was close. But blowout. I could see blowout close if they fight back into this thing. Oh, here, let me... Whoops. Nope, that's the wrong one, too. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where do I want you? Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. But yeah. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I do baseball picks here and there, and kind of give my prediction. Like I predicted the Mariners. I predicted the Mariners and the Yankees would play each other in the ALCS, and then for the NLCS, I wanted to see Cubbies, Phillies, but it wouldn't. No, not happening. It was not gonna happen. All right, people, we'll end the stream there. So say bye to the peeps on the short stream.